Beneath the waves where the light can't linger, Coral cartel got the ocean's finger. Reef so tight they a neon fortress. Fish move slide like they're plotting courses. And I'm on bounce, jellies doing ballet. Sharks patrol, that's the cartel valet. Bubbles rise, secrets deep and primal. Colors popping, it's a sea revival. Coral cartel, the ocean's heart. Running this reef, we play it smart. Scores in shell, we're off the chart. Down in the deep, where the wild things start.
What's up, guys? Toby, Coral Cartel. I'm gonna give you all a little update on what's going on with the tank. The difference between the little one and the big one. This is the 36 gallon here. This is the 36 that we started with. We just have like a basic light I got off of Amazon, probably a Chinese something, and it just has a hang on the back filter. Corals aren't dying, but they aren't really exploding. I've got two clowns, and there's a, oh, there he is over there, if we can see him. We've got the little fella right there. Right there. Cool little goby dude. But anyway, we just started out with some GSP on the back wall and zoas for when we started this tank. Some mushrooms as well. Just cut the lights on, they're in the white, so everything's waking up. But we had problems with some not wanting to open up. Again, they weren't dying, but they wouldn't open up. So I moved some, and I moved them over to the 130. Again, still a work in progress. But once I moved them over here, these lights are just starting to ramp up. Gonna have a lot of blue. But once I moved them over here, they started to take off. The zoas did. These in the back actually fell. A snail or a crab or something knocked them off of the ledge, and they're actually doing pretty well. The other thing, these two zoas here were not opening at all. Moved them over here. Now they're opening. Let me get a filter real quick. Hold on. There we go. Might be a little better. These zoas right here were not opening at all. So, moved them over here, and as you can see, they're opening. They're doing so much better. This branching GSP that I started here is doing well. This one was in the smaller tank, and it wasn't doing much at all. So I have moved it. That was actually 2 days ago. Excuse Ozzy and Dolly, our copper band. She loves it. But so anyway, once I moved those zoas, they started doing better. The only reason I can think of is lighting, and I'll show you the lighting as well. We'll give you a quick rundown of what we got. A couple little mushrooms. Another mushroom here on your right. On the left's acans or micromusas, whatever they're called now, but I still call them acans. Little candy canes, and I just saw this morning, got a little baby head popping out. Probably hard to see, but looking good. I love flow, I love movement, so I have firework polyps. They have grown, and they have added a few heads. Added these. They're pretty cool looking. They didn't like where I had them to start with, so I moved them. I didn't want to change the lighting. And we've also added these. The one on the left is Justice Pick, doing real well. I know Ghanis, they say, can be tough or whatever, but I like them, and we're going to do what we can do to keep them going, keep them alive. So, more zoas that were not doing well in a small tank, and again, I moved them. Some others that we have, we're still waiting on them to get started. I believe the one right there in the middle has really started to do its thing. Back in the back, I would say I know what they are, but can't remember the name right now. And the little Galaxia, whatever. Cleanup crew's doing their job. Again, we went through the ugly stage, still have some remnants of it, but I believe the refugium did its job in helping as well. So let's take this filter off, see what we look like now. That's the difference in the filters. Again, the lights haven't been on long, so everything's waking up, doing good. This is what I'm running on. I'm running a Reef Breeders. That's going to be upside down, but I'm running a Reef Breeders. I like it because I can control it by the app. If I feel like they need a little more or a little less, it's easy to dial down. It just has a slide thing on the app. And I believe lighting has really helped the corals. Of course, flow. I had to add a little small wave maker there and shoot it down towards here, because going through the ugly stage, that's where I had a lot of stuff settling at. Let me throw this back up here. You can see on this shelf here. Whoop, excuse me. Had a lot of it settling there because it didn't have much flow that was hitting that area. So I added that one. It's not a full blown. It is like a little small for a nano cube tank or something like that. So anyway, that is what I added, and it has really helped with a little bit of flow right there. Cleanup crew stays there, so they know that algae is there, and our fish are doing great. Of course, Ozzy sort of runs the tank wherever he just went, our purple tang. There's our flame angel. Has gotten a lot better, a lot more aggressive, started coming out more. Of course, our copper band, Dolly, because she's so pretty. She's doing well now. She is. I understand why they say they can be finicky. And of course, our three clowns, Willie, Waylon, and the boys, and we have two over in the small tank that I just showed you. So lighting has made a big difference, I believe, for me. I don't know exactly what I have right this moment, but I have a ramp up period that has it ramps up, and then I go to a little white, and then the white tapers off after a couple hours. And I believe that has helped a lot for my corals. Like I said, the small system, they weren't doing quite as well. And I also don't have quite the filtration on the small system that I have on this one. Again, just added the refugium right into where my overflow comes in, as well as my reactors. So it gives it a little flow. I'm not tumbling the stuff, but it's still working. Protein skimmer, I'm actually going to cut it off for probably a couple days. I don't want the tank being too clean. I want some nutrients in it. So here's another one that was not doing that well over in the small tank, and we fixed that. Come on, Dolly. But looks a little fuzzy. But anyway, everything is doing great, and I believe the lighting is the reason. We're also dosing some elements as well, and I'll show you what I'm dosing. All right, I'm now dosing some Alpha Reef. Just after doing some looking on YouTube and everything else, I just figured that was best for me right now. Alpha Reef, I am doing some calc washer. I'm doing everything manually. I don't have dosing pumps yet. And there's our flame angel. And our copper band has finally, hate to get sidetracked, finally learned to be aggressive and eat. She was real picky, real finicky. And Ozzy here will not let anything. Ozzy has grown a lot in a month. But she's finally realized, hey, I can't be picky. I need to get up here and get aggressive. And she's finally eating better. So anyway, back to dosing. I'm doing Alpha Reef and calc washer. That's all I'm doing for now. I am testing with the Salifert test kits. Calcium, magnesium, alkalinity. Trying to see what I need to keep the parameters where we want them at. And it's so much easier, I believe, in that system. Just number one, it's bigger, so it's a lot easier to keep that way than the small tank here, because we just don't have quite the filtration and all of that. So just want to give you an update and let you know what I'm doing to make the corals do better, and I believe that's working great. Like I said, they're doing so much better in the big tank, but again, better lighting, better flow, I believe, and the dosing is helping a ton. So if you've got any things that help you out, please let us know. You know, we want to make our tank be as great as it can be. We're also the Ghanies. I keep hearing they're tough. They're, you know, a lot harder to take care of, but we haven't had any problems yet. But again, they've only been in there a short time. So if you have anything for Ghanies that you found that works, let me know. Any help? If I find anything, I'll let you know. I have read up a lot, watched a lot of videos. I know that manganese is another good thing to dose in iron. May look into that. I'm going to see how they're doing, but I'm also dosing some trace elements. Let me get this little bottle up here for you. Oh, come on now. Basically, this is Bio-Enhance. It just has a lot of good trace elements to your system. I don't have my readers on, I'll tell you who it's by. But when I'm dosing, I'll test. I'll dose, I'll test a couple days later, see how everything's doing. If my numbers are staying about stable, then I'll stay there. If one's jumping a little bit more or less, next will be magnesium. I need to probably dose it, but magnesium isn't used quite as much. So anyway, most of you guys probably know that. If you don't, maybe you're learning with me, but that's what we're doing. We're dosing. We have better lighting over there and flow. That has really helped the corals big time, and the fish. The fish are growing healthy and doing great. So just an update from Coral Cartel. We appreciate you being here. Appreciate you watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and feel free to comment. If you have something that works for you, let me know. I may try something different. I don't like changing parameters or lighting a lot. So it's like with the corals, when one isn't doing well, I'll move the coral instead of changing the lighting, because I want them to get used to how I have it set up now. So again, feedback would be great. We appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. And as always, have a great day, and let's make our tanks look pretty. We'll see you.